Now.
When I step up in the place, say yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check, and you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air, don't ever disrespect. I got you all in check. Bust the rhymes up in the place, true indeed. Yes, I got the record, that's word on my feed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. One blood, everybody like Junior Reed. Wake up every morning, yo, I must succeed. Nationwide knockouts make the world stampede. Yo, Willie, make we roll some mad charge. Now I must proceed. Yo, we about to make moves, set speed. Beats to baby, Vice Q-tip, Ali Shahid. Watch me out like Apollo Creed. Body, making you just feed off dynamic flows and take heed. Need more information, homeboy, than just read. Hey, you can read all about the pure breed. Do the mobile dance, my do the pepper seed. When I step up in the place, say yo, I step correct. I got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check, and you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. I got you all in check. How dare you ever try to step on my suede shoes? Top Gun shut down your firm like Tom Cruise. Please let me get down and blow a fuse. Acting fool, breaking way down to molecules. Yo, let me hit you with my ill street blues. Bust the rhymes, always headlines, the street news. Hey, baby girl, don't be confused. Sell my 17s and enjoy my boat cruise. I know you really wanna know who's coming through, leaving residues. Sorry, homeboy, but your flow sound used. Got to pay your dues, baby, you know the rules. Whenever I travel the world, I land cruise. If you choose to, how you get. Now I got you on super unlimited views. Give me room, give me some space, your excuse. When I step up in the place, then yo, I step correct. But I got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. But I got you all in check, and you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. But I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. But I got you all in check.
You're now rocking with the best. Bust the rhymes coming through from the flip mode squad. Boy Scouts who I be. Straight to your dome. We coming straight to your dome. Bringing all you rockers to all you rap. Boy Scouts who I be. Flip mode is the squid on. Bust the rhymes, break it down like this.
Yo, which, throw my flow. Me, whiny bow. Throw them type right out my window. Blast you with a direct blow. Coming through like G.I. Joe. Star Wars moving ill like Han Solo. Make you bounce around like this was Calypso. Always shine cause I got the high pro glow. You think that you can hide, you think you can lay low. Roll up on your eye like Hawaii 5-0. Mac out with my dreads in my Kango. Forget them, get them, just pass the. Yo, take a trip down to Mexico. Come back with that might make you psycho. Maximum frequency studio stereo. Sorry, this is it, but homeboy, I got to go. I step up in the place and yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check. And you know we come through to like the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. Cause I got you all in check.
Wild little beast. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Went full drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get sold.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started, and off we go from Cleveland. This fielded right at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
But right away, they'll change the look.
Hey, Jupiter. Hurt. Go, let's go.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. A slant route caught by Bateman. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. This defense for the Browns, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Running left, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Play action. It's Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mason Graham busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, Lion. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete here. We look at this Browns defense. Well, they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Backfield empty here. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And a throw there going to be incomplete. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And now a high kick trying to pin them back. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Get up! Viking 18! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Warriors 70! 18! Pioneer! Ready!
Now Sanders. There's a short one caught by Fannin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
70 range. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Here's Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
We'll get this up to about the 44. The Browns had 5 and 11 on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
That's to Bond, Isaiah Bond. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, look at this Baltimore defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that.
Here we go. Shot. Panther 60. Panther 60. Check, 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 check. Get up.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 37.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go, here we go. Viking 18. Ready?
To throw is Sanders. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Here's Brad Robbins now. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Baltimore.
Hey, Lion. Hey, tomato.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip. Across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that went quite well.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
At the 33-yard line.
Hey, easy. Route. Son, safe right. Safe right. 11. Silver.
Lawrence will throw. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Lawrence. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
He finds Bateman over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that.
A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a... Long stretch over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this would have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Go! Lightning 18.
Sanders. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone, taking it right down Broadway. How about this? He's to the 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Drive about to get started. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
To throw now, here's Sanders. They set up the screen to Joe. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Come on, ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Count 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18.
Sanders to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Browns
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
first and 10 at the 40.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Second and 12 at the 44-yard line.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Throwing, Sanders. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now lead here to a third down. Now they'll audible to something else. Here's Sanders from the gun on third down. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange. From the outside.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I've established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
At the 48-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
60 Bison. Hurt.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Riggs, hey, smash, Riggs, hey, hurt. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Check smash. 70 Lions.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold it. Let's get the ball back for us. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Ginger, touch. All right, here we go. Check it out. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Hey, kill.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. In motion, the tight end.
Go, let's go.
Now Lawrence. Off to Thomas on the left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
Let's go.
And the Raven first down.
11.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns' 31-yard line.
Go. Rip, 23. Stop, 30 left.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A slant route caught by Bateman. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
First down, here's Mitchell. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now Lawrence now going to move him around.
13, 11, Agate.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete to Likely. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Hey, Lyle.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high power. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hold it ready. Rip, 23. Here we go.
From the ground to give to Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Hey, run.
Here's Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Baltimore, first down.
Hey, let's go.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Go, let's go. Safe right.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And the Ravens are going to be set up on the 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
Ready, break. Go.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9.
43-yard line.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 34. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
On the set.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker.
A loss of a yard.
And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Play action. It's Sanders. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets right down on that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
60 by 6. 60 by 6.
At the 3-yard line.
Off the option, that's complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go now. Bronco, check smash, check smash. Ready, ready.
Sanders going to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it'll be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge. No place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
It's 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Baltimore, they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile for Cleveland, they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way.
You heard about a man, the lift controller, the lever king, I told you. Hop in and let the journey begin. Straight and shiny face, let you someone for all his life.